So, hello everyone. Let's start our lesson today. Nice to greet you. And we will compare and contrast the pictures and describe one of the photos which you have chosen. So, let's begin with the description of one of the photos. Let's watch them on our computer like this. Is it comfortable to you, girls?
Да.
Okay. So, Uliana, begin. Please speak louder.
Можно, пожалуйста, не с меня начать? Я обрабатываю тут немножко.
Настя?
I've chosen picture number 2. You know, Annie, taking photos is one of my hobbies, and I always take a lot of pictures wherever I go. So I took this one last summer while our family trip to New York, and we've seen there a video shooting. In the center of the photo, you can see an operator with his camcorder. In the background, you can notice a shooting tent and different rails for camcorder also. I decided to keep this photo in my album because it was a really interesting experience and I wanted to remember it. I decided to show this picture to you because I know that you are really interested in different video shooting, and it seems to me that it will be interesting to see this picture.
What about your friend? Why haven't you given the name?
Annie, I said it.
Annie, okay. Thank you. Dasha? Polina is preparing.
I have chosen the picture number 3. Kate, as you know, I'm keen on taking pictures, and from time to time I share my photos in the blog with my readers. I took this photo last summer when my best friend and I were jogging around the stadium. In the photo, you can see my best friend, Mary. She is 18 years old. Mary is sporty, positive, and pretty girl. At this day, we are jogging at the Stadium Championski. This stadium was built on the territory of our school last year. And there, the schools and towns administrations sometimes host various events such as football, basketball, and others. More than that, I can say that every student in our school takes GTO. And in the photo, you can notice that Mary is stretching for it. Also, the weather is sunny and warm, so we can say that the general atmosphere of this photo is peaceful and bright. I keep this photo in my album because it motivates me to keep fit. Besides, Kate, I know that you try to keep fit too, and I'm sure that it will inspire you to continue doing sport. So I decided to show the photo to you, and I think it helps you in future. Thanks for your attention. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Dasha. It was very good. It will help you in the future, or how?
Yes, it will help you.
It will help without S, yeah? Okay,
yes.
It was very good. I liked it, and it's good that you mentioned the Stadium Championski. I suppose that it's one of the benefits of your story, and it was very interesting to listen to you. Thank you, Dasha. Nice. It's a pity you don't take your exam. Polina? Uliana is preparing. Polina, begin.
I have chosen
photo number 3. You know,
A bit louder.
taking photos is my hobby, and I always take a lot of pictures wherever I go. I took this photo 1 year ago when my friend and I doing sports in the stadium nearby our school. In the photo, you can see my friend. Her name is Polina. She looks strong and fit. She is wearing a special sports uniform. In the background, you can see the roof of our school. Moreover, there are very bright spotlights. Stadium is covered with a special coating, so you can perform any exercises on it. My friend is stretching. The weather was very warm and clear. I keep this photo in my album because it was a memorable day for me, and I want to remember every moment with my friends. I decided to show this photo to you because I want to share my emotions, and it is a great chance to get acquainted with my best friend. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, Полина, thank you. Will you repeat the phrase? Когда мой друг и я занимались спортом.
When my friend and I doing sports.
Past progressive. When my friends and I. Past progressive. Were doing. Were doing sports or did sports, not just doing. Yes. Will you translate the word spotlights?
Как они правильно называются? Ну, на стадионах такие яркие фонари.
Они называются spotlights?
Ну, в интернете я видела, да.
А по-русски это что за слово? Прожектор?
Да, прожекторы.
Okay, thank you. Nice, thank you, Polina. It was good. Uliana and then Katya. Katya, can you hear us? Katya. Okay, so let's listen to Uliana. Uliana.
Я звук забыла включить. Sorry. I have chosen photo number 3. Sasha, you know that everybody has a hobby, and taking pictures is one of the most popular and favorite pastime nowadays. You know that I enjoy taking pictures too because it is a source of my emotional inspiration. I took this photo 3 years ago during my fantastic summer holidays. My friend Katya and I decided to have a fitness exercises in our local stadium. It was really unforgettable. The weather was really fine. The sun was shining brightly in the blue sky. In this photo, you can notice that my friend is wearing light clothes, and it is special clothes for sport. She's wearing a white top, green trainers. Katya looks so sporty, positive, and confident. In this day, we decided to do some sports exercises and prepare for our school competitions. No doubt, the atmosphere of this photo motivate us to do sports successfully. I took this photo in my album because I feel really excited when I look at this photo. Moreover, it reminds me about that unforgettable trainings. Sasha, I decided to show this picture to you because you are also fond of spots, and I hope it will help you to do it with great pleasure. This is the end of my talk. Thanks for your attention.
Okay. Thank you, Ульяна. Will you repeat some phrases? Это мотивирует.
It motivates.
Okay. Я сфотографировала эту фотографию.
I have chosen.
Извини, неправильно сказала. Я храню эту фотографию.
I keep this photo.
Yes, not I took, but I keep. Она
Хорошо.
напоминает мне о тех тренировках.
It reminds me of that unforgettable trainings.
Reminds me of, вот сейчас не забыла, trainings в каком числе?
Во множественном.
Тогда не that, а
These.
those.
Those, да.
Unforgettable trainings. Thank you. Так, Катя. Are you here? Юза у нас Катя это? Катя. Катя. Okay, let's continue. Just a second. So now we are going to compare and contrast. Two pictures. I will make it a bit larger. About different styles of clothes, official clothing style and casual clothing style. Your task is to compare and contrast two styles. Nastya, are you ready?
Yes.
What about your camera?
Давайте без нее.
Will you please? It's nice to look at you.
Okay. Now I would like to compare and contrast these two pictures. In the first photo, we can see three boys hugging and standing somewhere in the garden, while in the second one, we can see two girls who are wearing casual clothes and looking at the camera. These pictures have some similarities. The most obvious one is the theme which relates these photos is school dress code. One more similarity is that both pictures show us school weekdays. Nevertheless, these pictures have a lot of differences. The first difference is the type of behavior in these pictures. For example, in the first photo, we can see a friendly guys, while in the second one, we can see two girls who seems a little bit aggressively. One more difference is different clothing style. In the first photo is an official clothes, while in the second one it is some casual or maybe like rock clothes. As for me, I prefer clothing style presented in the picture number 2 because I don't really like official dress code. That's all.
Why? You didn't explain why.
Because it is uncomfortable for me, and you don't have you cannot show your personality wearing an official clothes.
Really?
That's all I want to say.
Okay, thank you. Will you repeat the phrase, которая выглядит агрессивно? Или кажется, who seems у тебя было? So, the girls,
Я не услышала.
девочки,
Say.
которые кажутся или выглядят агрессивно у тебя было.
Girls who seem aggressively.
Who seem aggressive.
Aggressive.
Okay, Nastya, something I doubt about your arguments. talking about the behavior of the girls and their look. And it seems to me that it was too little about clothing. Okay, so let's continue. Dasha, Polina is preparing.
Nowadays, there are lots of clothing styles, and which the photos show it. Now I'd like to compare and contrast with photographs. In the first picture, we can see 3 boys in a green garden. In the second one, we see 2 girls in some yard. Of course, pictures have much in common. Firstly, in both photos, we see light summer clothes. Secondly, we can say that all people express themselves through their clothing, and children in our pictures are not exception. Nevertheless, there are some differences. In the first picture, kids are wearing shorts, trousers, and one of them has a suit jacket. So we can say that it is certainly official style. While in the second one, we see girls preferring more comfortable clothes, especially for summer. It is shorts and t-shirts. Their style is casual. It was to say that we have to wear official clothes when we take part in a dinner party or something like that. However, when we spend time with friends and our family, we shouldn't keep a strict dress code, and we can let more comfortable and bright clothes. As for me, I like wearing jeans and t-shirts, so I prefer clothing style presented in the picture number 2. In conclusion, I'd like to say that people can choose a clothing style according to their tastes and preferences. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Dasha. Nice. And I like that you mentioned the articles of clothing, blouses, suits, shirts, and jackets, and so on. It was good. Thank you. Now, Polina, yes?
I want to compare and contrast these 2 photographs. In the first photo, we can see 3 young boys in the classical style of clothing, posing at the camera in the garden. In the second one, 2 girls in the casual style of clothing, posing at the camera near the house. Both photos have some similarities. Firstly, photos show clothing styles. Secondly, teenagers in both photos posing at the camera. Nevertheless, pictures have some differences. Boys in the first picture wearing in classical form, girls in the second one freestyle. Besides, young boys look funny and happy, and the girls in the other picture are sad. As for me, I prefer style of clothing which presented in the first picture, because in my opinion this style looks prettier. That's all I wanted to tell.
Okay, thank you. Полина позирует на камеру.
Posing at the camera.
Posing for the camera.
For
the camera. У тебя нет сказуемого в предложении. In the second photo, 2 girls posing и так далее. Когда ты говоришь, что на первой мы видим то-то, на второй видим то-то, предикат где у нас? In the second photo, we can see there are 2 girls posing for the camera и так далее. Понятно? Форма. Not form, but uniform. Uniform. Okay. So thank you. Uliana, are you ready?
Да, сейчас. Mhm. Um, Nowadays, the problem of fashion causes great arguments and controversy, and everyone should rely on their experience and choose clothes what she or he wants. Um, in now I'm going to compare and contrast these two pictures. In the first pictures, we can see three young boys. I can suppose that they are best friends. These boys are somewhere in the park or in the garden. In the second one, we can see two pretty girls. They are walking somewhere in the stone jungle. I want to say that both pictures have much in common. Firstly, in both pictures, we can notice people who enjoy spending their free time with their friends. Secondly, in both pictures, we can notice people. We can notice we can notice young people who like to express themselves with the help of different kind of clothes. But there are some differences as well. In the first picture, we can notice that kids are wearing in classic costumes. And in the second one, we can notice that the girl is wearing casual clothes. In the picture on the left, we can see that we can see three boys, and in the second picture, we can notice only two aggressive girls. I want to say that I find the first picture more attractive than the second one, because I think that this kind of clothes look so beautiful and presentable. This is the end of my talk. Thanks for your attention.
Okay, thank you, Uliana. So you're talking about the girls, but you say the girl is wearing casual clothes.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me that you should speak faster and more fluently in order not to be pressed for time. Well, and in general, you say that the girls are aggressive. Why do you think so, that they are aggressive?
Там он нахмурится, и она рядом с ней стоит. Но они такие, знаете, типа самодовольные какие-то.
Well, if they were in their school uniform, would they look differently?
Maybe.
Maybe. So you should have said that maybe clothes make an impression on people. It produces some impression on us. And it depends on what clothes we are. This or that person has some opinion of us. And if we see the boys who are in their school uniform, they produce pleasant impression, yeah, because they're neat, they are in official clothes. They seem to be very smart, bright, clever, friendly, and so on. Whereas the girls who are dressed in their denim shorts and jackets and topics and so on, their clothes produce a different impression. And they produce this impression because of their clothes. Maybe the girls are not aggressive at all, but because of the clothes, we think of them in this way. And you should have said that, namely, the clothes produce the first impression on people. And we, the viewers, watch the boys and the girls for the first time, and namely their clothes, make us think about them this or that way. Do you understand me?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so we shouldn't confirm that the girls are aggressive, bad, and something like that. But namely their clothes make us think so. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So thank you for your work, girls. Now let's speak about your homework. I ask you to find the video in YouTube channel. It is called An Address of Her Majesty the Queen. An Address of Her Majesty the Queen. After finding this program, this video episode of Queen Elizabeth II, you should watch it, make the questions, and answer the questions. Do you remember it?
Yes.
Yes.
Это
So
не в
don't
пятницу надо
forget
было?
that you should make questions for each other and give these questions to each other in our conversation in Vkontakte. Today is Tuesday. Please don't postpone this task. Okay?
Это
If
надо
you
к
can't
пятнице.
find it, say about it to me, and I will give you the video if you can't find it. Okay?
А это ведь к пятнице, да, надо?
Yes, but you should answer another person's questions. You see, Uliana. For example, you should answer Polina's questions, and Nastya should answer your questions. That's why you should give your questions beforehand, because you will exchange your questions between each other, and then you will answer them in Google Class.
Ладно.
So you will answer not your questions, but another student's ones. Clear? Okay, so nice. Thank you, girls, for your lesson, for your answers. It was good. Please keep in mind your mistakes. Don't repeat them, and try to not to forget about your mistakes. Remind me of the girls are, yeah, were doing, and so on. Okay, any questions to me? No questions. Okay, then that's all for now. Thank you for the lesson. Goodbye.
До свидания.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.